Hello students, in this session let us discuss the topic alkaloids. Let us first discuss what are these alkaloids, then classification of alkaloids, general characteristic of these alkaloids. See, alkaloids are naturally occurring organic compounds present in plants containing one or more nitrogen heterocyclic ring, and they produce marked physiological activity in human and animals. I repeat, alkaloids are naturally occurring organic compounds present in plants which contain one or more heterocyclic ring containing nitrogen, and these substances produce some physiological activities in animal and human beings. Alkaloids acts as medicines in small doses, but in large doses they are poisons. Okay, so source or the occurrence. Alkaloids occur in plants mainly in seeds, leaves, bark, or roots. They occur largely as the salt of common plant acids such as acetic acid, oxalic acid, citric acid, etc. In some cases, they even exist as glycosides. So, alkaloids are the compounds, naturally occurring compounds that contain one or more heterocyclic nitrogen ring systems. So, alkaloids can be classified based on the heterocyclic ring in the molecule. Okay, now some of the important classes of alkaloids are, so the classification of alkaloids. First one is pyrrolidine alkaloids. Pyrrolidine alkaloids. These alkaloids contain pyrrolidine ring system. These alkaloids contain pyrrolidine ring system. So I'll draw the structure of the pyrrolidine. This is pyrrolidine ring. Okay, so alkaloids that contain this nitrogen heterocycle system is called as pyrrolidine alkaloids. Example for pyrrolidine alkaloid is hygrine. Hygrine. The structure of hygrine goes like this. CH2, C double bond O CH3. This is hygrine. So this is an example for the pyrrolidine alkaloid. Another class of alkaloids are called as piperidine alkaloids. These piperidine alkaloids contain piperidine heterocyclic ring. Okay, this is piperidine. So the alkaloids containing this ring system are referred as piperidine alkaloids. Example for piperidine alkaloids is conine. The structure of this molecule is like this. CH3, piperidine alkaloids. Okay, so based on the heterocyclic ring system, we can classify these alkaloids: pyrrolidine alkaloids, piperidine alkaloids. So another class of alkaloids are pyrrolidine pyridine alkaloid. Pyrrolidine pyridine alkaloid. These contain a pyridine nucleus as well as a pyrrolidine nucleus. This is pyridine nucleus. It also contains a pyrrolidine molecule, methylated. This molecule. So this is pyrrolidine pyridine alkaloid, and the name of this moiety is nicotine. This is nicotine. Okay, so based on the heterocyclic ring system, we can classify them into pyrrolidine, piperidine, pyrrolidine, pyridine alkaloids. The molecules that contain pyridine, piperidine moieties are referred as pyridine, piperidine alkaloids. Example: pyridine, piperidine alkaloids. Example: pyridine nucleus, pyridine nucleus, and piperidine nucleus. This name of this molecule is anabasine. So this is an alkaloid that is referred as pyridine, piperidine alkaloid. So similarly, we had few alkaloids. So there are other examples also. We'll go through that. Before that, pyrrolidine alkaloid contains pyrrolidine nucleus. Piperidine contains piperidine nucleus. Pyrrolidine pyridine contains both pyridine as well as pyrrolidine nucleus. The another type is pyridine piperidine nucleus. Now, another class of alkaloids, quinoline alkaloids. Quinoline alkaloids. These quinoline alkaloids, they have a quinoline nucleus. Here, these alkaloids contain a pyridine ring system joined to a piperidine ring system. So these are called as piperidine alkaloid. But this contains a quinoline ring system. Example is quinine. Primaquinine is an example. Just give an example of this. Structure of this is this is quinoline nucleus. This molecule. Okay. Another class of alkaloids are called as isoquinoline alkaloids. These isoquinoline alkaloids contain heterocyclic ring system, that is isoquinoline. Example of this is papaverine. Papaverine is an example. Structure of papaverine is like this. Quinoline ring system. we have nitrogen here. This is the structure of piperine. Okay, so this is an example for isoquinoline alkaloid. There is another alkaloid, that is indole alkaloids. Indole alkaloids. These alkaloids contain indole ring. Example of indole alkaloid is lysergic acid. Lysergic acid is an example. I will draw the structure. We have a 5-membered ring here. This is an indole nucleus. This is an indole nucleus. Okay. So lysergic acid structure is like this. This is lysergic acid. Okay, this contain a indole nucleus. So based on the heterocyclic ring system it contains, we classify these alkaloids into different types. Okay. Next comes the general characteristics of these alkaloids. Alkaloids are generally colorless. Alkaloids are generally colorless, crystalline, non-volatile solids, while a few of them are liquids. Example, nicotine. Nicotine is a liquid. So these are generally colorless, crystalline substances which are non-volatile in nature. Except the liquid alkaloids which are soluble in water, the rest are insoluble in water. Only the liquid alkaloids are soluble, others are insoluble in water. But they are soluble in organic solvents like ethanol, ether, chloroform, benzene, etc. They are optically active and majority of them are levorotatory. That is, they rotate the plane of polarized light towards the left sides. They are optically active. They rotate the plane of the polarized light. As they contain one or more nitrogen heterocyclic rings, they have basic character with bitter taste and dissolve in mineral acids to form salts. Since they contain a nitrogen heterocyclic ring, so they are basic in nature. Most of them possesses some marked physiological activity when they are administered orally. The alkaloids being basic dissolved in acids. Okay. From the acidic solution, they can be precipitated by adding some reagents such as picric acid, tannic acid, perchloric acid, etc. Okay. So these are the few characteristics of alkaloids. So another important concept that we are going to discuss is the exhaustive methylation. Okay, Hoffman exhaustive methylation with pyridinizine as an example is what we are going to discuss now. Hoffman's exhaustive methylation. So let us see what is this concept and what is the use of this concept. This is an important method used to find the recognizable moiety in the unknown alkaloid. This is accomplished by the degradation of alcohol by few steps. Okay, the alkaloids is degraded by few by using, I will tell you the following steps, which are this. First, the heterocyclic ring of an alkaloid is reduced if it is unsaturated. The first step is reduction is done. The next step is the alkaloid is treated with excess of methyl iodide. There are few steps that are involved. The first step is reduction is done. The heterocyclic ring of an alkaloid is reduced. Second is it is treated with excess of methyl iodide when where the nitrogen, that is NH of the ring, is methylated, and then it is converted into its quaternary ammonium iodide. Next, that quaternary ammonium iodide is changed to corresponding hydroxide by reaction with silver oxide. Moist silver oxide. By treating it with moist silver oxide, we convert it to a hydroxide. Then the quaternary ammonium hydroxide, on pyrolysis, it splits out a molecule of water. Okay, splits out, releasing a molecule of water, splits out a molecule of water, and then as a result the carbon nitrogen bond breaks, ruptures. This above sequence of the reaction is again repeated with excess of methyl iodide, which represents the second carbon nitrogen bond, and the nitrogen atom is eliminated. Okay, the unsaturated hydrocarbon left behind often isomerizes into a conjugated diene and can be identified by the usual analytical method. Since this overall process that I've explained now involves repeated methylation to get a degradation end product, and this is called as exhaustive methylation. The nature of these products helps in arriving at the structure of the parent alkaloid. I will explain you all these steps. These are 5 steps that are involved, by taking pyridine as an example, so that you will have a clear idea regarding this. What about this? What is this exhaustive methylation process? So I will take pyridine as an example and I will explain the process. This is a pyridine molecule. Pyridine molecule. First step, it is reduced by using nickel. Okay, so what happens? The double bond gets converted to single bond, NH. So pyridine, it gets converted to pyridine. This is what happens. First step is reduction. It is reduced. The unsaturated ring system is reduced. Next, this reduced heterocyclic system is treated with methyl iodide, excess of methyl iodide. Okay, when it is treated with excess of methyl iodide, so this nitrogen gets methylated, and it forms quaternary ammonium salt. Okay, this gets methylated, CH3 CH3 plus, in the vicinity there will be iodide ion. So this, after the methylation process, it is treated with moist silver oxide. When it is treated with moist silver oxide, it gets converted into quaternary ammonium hydroxide is formed. Quaternary ammonium hydroxide is formed. Okay. Next, what happens is it is subjected to pyrolysis. So what happens is this beta hydrogen, okay, goes off. That is, on pyrolysis, a molecule of water splits out. It means this OH group extracting this H plus. So it goes off as water molecule. So whatever the electron that are present here, they move here, and as a result this carbon nitrogen bond breaks. I just represent it here. This nitrogen and the two methyl groups are intact. These electron move here, it results in the formation of a double bond. This carbon hydrogen bond breaks. Okay, this is what happens. The next, this compound is again treated with excess of methyl iodide and then moist silver oxide, right? So again this nitrogen gets methylated. The nitrogen gets methylated. I will write the structure here. The nitrogen gets methylated. We have nitrogen, already two methyl groups we have. This gets methylated. This is a double bond and a quaternary ammonium salt. Right, this is what happens. Right, again on heating, this is heated. So what happens? We have added silver hydroxide, so OH minus will get. So this OH minus and this beta hydrogen goes off as water. So loss of water takes place. These electrons they move here. As a result, this carbon nitrogen bond breaks. Okay, resulting in the formation of this compound. Double bond. You get this diene, that is 1,4-pentadiene is what you get, and plus this molecule goes off, N CH3 CH3 what you get, right? So this product, whatever it is formed, it isomerizes to give you a conjugated diene. Okay, conjugated diene is what you get. Double one shift share, so you get a conjugated diene is what you get. Okay, so this structure of conjugated diene helps it in identifying the structure of the parent alkaloid. So this process is referred as the exhaustive methylation process. So first step, what is done? I've taken pyridine as an example. Subjected to hydrogenation, double bond gets converted into single bond. Methylated, so nitrogen gets methylated. This is just in the formation of quaternary ammonium salt. On treating it with moist silver oxide, hydroxide is formed. On heating, loss of water takes place. OH minus H plus. This bond breaks. Again the same method, methyl iodide, so quaternary ammonium salt, OH minus. Again on heating, loss of water, bond breaks. So this is what you get. So this is about the exhaustive methylation, Hoffman's exhaustive methylation process. Okay, in the next class, students, we will be discussing about the constitution and synthesis of choline.